off. Today is day 331 of the year of streaming and learning to code. We are continuing on with project number 7. Let's actually set up a new... What do we need? We need a new file altogether, don't we? New file. Well, we'll deal with that in a bit. We'll deal with that in a bit. So we are kicking off project number 7. Quest for the Holy Grail. So, wow, this one looks way more involved. Well, a bit more involved than, what's it called? Project number 6, mouse position. We finally finished mouse position. We made it out alive. So, yeah, good times. What the... Hey! C-select me. How you doing? Boom. Exactly. Boom to you as well, Cecil. What, right, from the top. So, project number 7. What is project number 7? Let's find out together, shall we? In the last several projects, you've focused pretty heavily on JavaScript. For this lesson, you'll get a little break from that and we'll have an opportunity to focus a little more on CSS before you begin story time. Okay, in web design, the Holy Grail refers to a web page layout that has multiple equal height columns that are defined using style sheets. This layout style is commonly desired, although the ways in which it can be implemented with current technologies all have drawbacks. Wait, although the ways in which it can be implemented with current technologies all have drawbacks. Okay. Because of this, finding an optimal implementation has been likened to searching for the elusive Holy Grail. Noted. Cool. The layout described looks something like this. Header, content, blah 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 blah, footer. We've got menus, so forth and such, and an ad of sorts. Alright. The real tricky part of this is the equal height columns to the right and left of the context box. In the past, developers might have used tables, faux columns, JavaScript positioning, and other methods to achieve this result. Most of these solutions, however, felt like hacks and workarounds. So, for a very long time, achieving this layout was quite frustrating. That is, until our friend Flexbox and later Grid, came to the party and changed everything. I'm so glad I did the Flexbox Froggy and Grid Garden activities. Way cool. So, specifications. Create a layout similar to the one in the image above, which includes a header, footer, and multiple equal height columns, at least 2. I think we'll do 3. I feel like this is a pretty good thing to shoot for. This example right here. So that's all of the specifications. Okay, create a layout similar to the one in the image above that includes header, footer, multiple equal height columns, extra credit, utilizing media queries. Ensure that your layout is responsive on mobile phones. You know, I don't think I've tested a single one of my projects on my phone or any type of phone rendering demo type interface at all. Not one. So I'll need to see how that all comes together. Anyways, using media queries, ensure that your layout is responsive on mobile phones. Take a look at the example and try resizing your browser window to see an example. Notice the layout changes when it hits a certain breakpoint. Example. Here's the example, how this might look. Don't look the source code. That's cheating. Good, good, good. All right, what are we up against? Here we go. Code pen. Ta-da. Header. Content. I was expecting the lore ipsum whatever it is, but this is spicy jalapeno bacon ipsum. Lore pork belly. This is a whole food version of the lore ipsum thing, which is kind of awesome. Cool, cool. Okay, so why we are stuck clicking, highlighting. So header, footer, menu items. Can you do anything? No, but it does change when we hover over stuff, so that's kind of cool. There's the potential for it, and then add and add. So if we resize it, crap, how would we easily resize our browser? You know what? Don't mind me. I'm going to, since we're going to be resizing stuff, let me get rid of this in the meantime. Get rid of that. In fact, we can close out of that. And here, that showing? That is showing here. Okay, so it moved. That was one change. Ta-da. There's that. Just double check. Okay, things are changing. Things are changing. Ah, look at this. See? The footer. So it's full size. Here, here, here. And then it starts to get too small. So we have to scroll at that point to see the bottom of footer. So if we extend that, there's that, and then the edges. Good, 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 good. Good, 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 good. And then... whoa, it changes. Wow, look at that. So that can get really, really narrow. And then footer, again, extends to a certain point, but then when it gets small enough, it starts to shrink in on the content. Okay. Alright, so there is that breakpoint. Let's put everything back to the way it was. Full screen that. Cool. So that's what we're shooting for. Let's go ahead and set up our files. This will be something about something. Wow, that's going to be a long one. Quest, BDX. So all of our project names have had essentially the same naming schematic. Here are the projects. This is a little mental dilemma that I'm juggling. We had Hello World, number guessing game, coin toss, magic 8 ball, random user generator. Started to get long and wordy, and mouse position. Now we've got, I guess, Quest for the Holy Grail isn't much longer than random user generator. For file name and length, see that? You know, that doesn't really change anyone's day. The difference is that we're changing, now that I look at it, numbers for BDX, like so. In the beginning, BDX Magic 8 Ball, BDX number game, BDX coin toss, blah, blah, blah. See, you get my drift. So, this would be BDX Quest for the Holy Grail. It just seems like a needlessly long version. I want to shorten it to BDX Holy Grail. See, Cecil? Cecil, you're right. BDX Holy Grail. I don't know if I can bring myself mentally to do that. I feel like I didn't do that for user generator or random user. I want to do BDX Holy Grail. I don't know if I can, I don't know if I can allow. The rules of robotics are pretty clear. Machines are supposed to follow protocol. I don't think I can do it. It's gonna be a hilarious file name. It's gonna be the whole thing. It's gonna be like a short story. Alright, well, damn. I like BDX Holy Grail the best, but it's gonna be the stupidly long version, the full name. BDX Quest Holy Grail, that's getting closer, but we're going for it. It's gonna be the whole thing. Let's crack open GitHub desktop. Now that we've done this a couple times, I know that I need to create the repository before something or other. Desktop. Is that a thing? Are we showing that? We are. We can see that. Cool. So, what do we need to do? File, new repository. Dum 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 dum. See, select me. Don't need the filler words. I know, but all the other ones had the filler words. And that's what I'm struggling with. Look at the filler. Let's all indulge in the filler. I guess random user generated isn't too bad. We could make an exception. Oh, C select. I mean, that's funny. You got your Indiana Jones jokes. BDX The Last Crusade. BDX Temple of Doom. That's my response to that. I do like Last Crusade. Last Crusade's got Sean Connery. That's what we should call it. We should just call this project BDX Sean Connery. Only those in the know will understand. What were we doing? Ah, yes, we were reflecting on my insanity. No, this is important to document how committed to being wrong I am. That's what it feels like. It's consistency. We're consistent. Consistently awful. OBS, GitHub, the desktop app. Let's do this. Hilarious names. BDX. West for the Holy Grail. I can't believe we're doing this. Did I spell? Yeah. Spell, that's the word. Everything correctly. Holy Grail. Quest for the Holy Grail. Yeah, cool. Okay. I'm doubting my ability to spell. Rightfully so. We've had numerous typos over the last 330 plus days. Create repository. And we're publishing. It's not private. Maybe we can do an Inspector Gadget project in the near future. So we have the quest for the Holy Grail. Let's close out of that. Let's ditch this. Check. It's been a while. We've been good at setting up the connecting the GitHub stuff, the actual initial files prior to the stream usually. Just because it saved so much time, especially with me yammering through all the thought process. But this is good. This is fine. What am I looking for? I'm looking to see my repositories should be 8. Quest for the Holy Nonsense. EDX, Quest for the Holy Grail. Nothing's in there yet, but there will be in just a moment. I want to open up that. We'd like something about something. To be or not to be. File open. We'd like to open our new GitHub file. Documents. Quest for holy stuff. Let's call this... Oh my god, it's gonna be the stupid name. It's gonna be... New file. EDX. Hold on. Where? Oh, you guys can't see it. Well, you'll see it in a minute. I've got Atom open. I'm just filling out the very first file portion. Quest for the Holy Grail. .htm. Oh, no. Select all. Copy. .html. There's this. Close that. Save. Close out of that noise. Quit, and we're opening. Here we go. Now we can crack open OBS and continue with our party. File. In. Ta-da! Be-dee-dee-doo. That's better. Where is OBS? A nickel to the first person who can find it. Here it is. That's what we're looking for. Release the Kraken. Oh, that's the old one. You're not what we're looking for. Properties. Where is... Cancel that. Minimize. Way to be ready. This is why we try and prep this before. Dear God, the file name is so long because it's the Holy Grail thing. Can't believe we did the whole name. Not one of our best moments. So. Full screen. And full screen. Are we back in action? I think we are. We've escaped the Temple of Confusion. Let's shimmy that. Over here. New file. BDX, quest for the Holy Grail.css. And new file. BDX.javascript. HTML will be doctype HTML. Oh, no, not doctype HTML. What we do is we simply type HTML. Boom. That gives us everything we want. Then in the title, we can put in BDX Quest for the Holy Grail. Now, were we doing lowercase for our titles beforehand? I don't recall. Let's quickly open up file. Open. Most recently, documents. Mouse position. Was that capitalized? Okay, so it's still all lowercase. Mouse position. Huh. Fair enough. We don't need to have that. capitalized, we'll just leave it lowercase. Div. Well, I know we have a main div, so to speak. And at the bottom of this, we also have script. Oh, you know what? In the head, we'll have the title. We also have a link for CSS. We'll swap out the H reference in just a second. Actually, we can do it here, because we have that in place. And then script also source dot JavaScript. Don't mind the fact that it looks so far and wide apart. It's because we've got the menu open. This noise, so we'll actually close that, give ourselves some breathing room. Ta-da! Beep-diddy-dee-dee-dee. Okay, does that seem mostly decent? I'd say so for now. Could be better, could be worse. We're saving. We will do dot main. Just to have something in the meantime. Stuff will be commented out. Save. Div will have stuff also commented out for filler, as well as, you know, I'm drawing a blank what we'll throw in for the initial function. Wow, hey, I didn't even notice the chat. Sorry, we were on a tangent. Prepping our files for this newest project that we'll have ahead of us. Merchers. I'm bad with usernames. We got merchers. We got the merch part. Welcome nonetheless. So what exactly are we doing? And also, I also want to start streaming my programming. Select me. At work, I tend to ignore files with long names, so that's good for whoever makes them. LMAO, yes, good. So, to answer your question, I am, at this moment more specifically, prepping my files for the newest project that I'm going to be tackling. Quest for the Holy Grail. There is a brief synopsis provided to us by the person who set up the project. The Holy Grail, apparently, is sort of the sweet spot, I guess, visually, the ratios on where things lie regarding web page layout, header, footer content with the sidebars, and many different ways to implement that. But now with new things like Flexbox and Grid, CSS Grid, those are more easily achieved, so that's what I'm going to be implementing. Here is our example of that. Just due to OBS, I already went through, but as we change the borders, you'll see things snap into place as we hit their limits, and the contents kind of shift, but we get to be essentially pursuing that goal. So right now, let's take a look at our HTML. Copy. New page, and ta-da! It's blank. Doesn't look pretty. We'll do H1. Let's throw an H1 in there for fun. H1 stuff should be here. Save. Okay, and refresh. Boom. So that's what we're shooting for. We'll get here eventually. This is where we're at now. We've got a bit of work ahead of us. today was mainly just like file setup, some basic stuff. We actually probably could conquer a lot of this in today's stream, but I was hoping and planning for a shorter stream for this. We'll save the bulk of this project for tomorrow. Today was just really prep, and we've struggled enough setting up our files. But in general, what exactly is occurring is I've been learning to code for the last year. We started at Code Academy for the first 150 days, went through all their free courses, super awesome. Then we ended up at Code Wars, did a bunch of challenges there for quite a while, and then we also stumbled into Free Code Camp, which was another good resource. Definitely a more linear, kind of focused learning path than the smorgasbord of options and languages available at Code Academy. All of the things that I tried were awesome. They all provided different types of perspective on the initial sort of learning curve into the world of programming. And now, towards the later part of the year, Topher set up some of these multiple projects, and we are just, today is the first day of project number 7. We actually just finished project number 6, mouse position, yesterday, which is pretty awesome, if I might add. Let's go all reflect on yesterday's project. Open and documents. You know, I could type it in, but something about going into the HTML file and reliving the glory of it all. Copy, 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 copy. And we're pasting. So this, when we click, yeah. So it makes random shapes, either ovals or rectangles. Ovals spin, and rectangles slowly grow. So yeah, that was our last project that we got to set up. Tons of fun. Way cool. Good times. So now, with that done, we have our new project. We'll get there. We will get there. What else are we looking for? We are looking for the following. So, oh, merged RS. Gotcha. Merged RS. Clever. Wait, short? You know the oh, yes. Keeping the stream short. Yeah, it's a rarity. We try to. I think we've already went. I was hoping for like a 20-minute stream, maybe 25, just doing the initial file prep. It's only been 28 minutes. You know, well, that's okay. That's good. Let's close out of this nonsense. And let's refocus. Let's get a little bit more life involved here. I really want to save a lot of the grid stuff for tomorrow, since this is highly CSS based. And a lot of the content can be sorted via Flex in tandem. I kind of want to save a lot of that for tomorrow. But function, holy hell, will we even have JavaScript? The only thing I've noticed, and it could change, it's probably the JavaScript that's shifting the styling at a certain point. You know, it's probably like if width at this point or blah blah. If, you know, if the window is less than blank pixels, then it'll shift the styling and update it. That's my best guess. Or it just auto style. I'm not too sure. I'm not that clever. But anyways, as far as this goes, this is just HTML content in the CSS bits. So, function stuff to come. maybe functions? I don't even recall. Yeah. Function. Maybe. You know what we're gonna do? Function, JavaScript. Maybe. Ta-da. Save, 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 save. Alright. Frankly, since we're saving the bulk of this noise for tomorrow to tackle during the day, when we are of more sound mind and clear-headed, I just wanted to do the initial file setup for today, kind of get familiar with the project, see what's around the curve. I think that's it for now. Not the most eventful stream, but a stream nonetheless. Usually there's more to do. There is even more to do on the mouse position initial setup stream when we first tackled that. I feel like it's a trick. Trust me. There's gonna be a roadblock. And it's not gonna we're heading down a dark alley. I know we are. C-selectomy, no JavaScript. The shifting should be media queries in CSS. Interesting. Okay, cool. Media queries. We can briefly Google that. CSS media queries. Oh, look at that. Right in the beginning of Google searches. Fun. The @media rule is used to define different style rules for different media types and devices. In CSS2, this was called media types, while in CSS3, it's called media queries. Media queries look like the capability of the device, the capability of the device, and can be used to check many things such as width, height, and viewpoint. You know, that kind of reminds me, I feel like I may have encountered media queries during one of, or maybe two. I can't remember if it was, I know it would be very few, probably less than three, but of the more advanced later CSS courses that Code Academy offered, but I also believe Free Code Camp too. They did have a little, their like console window, the results window was basically a phone. It looked like an iPhone or a smartphone. So everything would load out in that window to see how it would look kind of on a mobile environment, smaller screen. So I feel like we've encountered stuff like that before. I also remember some of the CSS languages or CSS courses at Code Academy as well. They'd have us change the browser size in the window and things would shift and move. So yeah, good, good. Hey, max width and min height. That okay? These are ringing some bells. That's good. Let's remember check media queries tomorrow. Look for this link. Cool. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Pro tip from Cecil. Glad you mentioned that. We will put a feather. No, a pin in that. Not a feather. A pin. Feathers are for hats. Close. That's as good as that's gonna get. Awesome. Let's back out of this noise. Commit and push. Day 331 was brief, but necessary. And that's okay with us. Let's do the GitHub desktop. Close out of that. Crack that open. That's not what we're looking for. That's Adobe Audition. There's OBS. And that's the desktop. Ta-da! What did we do? Initial file setup for the... Yeah, just initial file setup. That's good enough. That'll be fine. Commit and push. Nothing too epic today, but that's alright. Close out of that. There's the storm on the horizon for tomorrow. I'm sure there will be tears. Close out of this. Double check everything looks good on the GitHub front. What am I looking for? Repository and quest for the Holy Grail. Yeah, the JavaScript. I guess we won't need the JavaScript. Is there a way to remove the file from the project? I guess in the future we can just delete the JavaScript file, and I'd assume it would remove it from the repository. So I guess that's an option. If we really don't have any kind of JavaScript. Topher did say we would have a break from JavaScript in the instructions. I didn't know literally like an entire break. I just thought he meant super easy, light, minimal JavaScript, but maybe that's a tell that it's totally not needed at all. Which is what Cecil was indicating, so good times. Alright. Let's jump into OBS. Back out, land this bird. Day 331 comes to an end, but the adventure continues tomorrow with day 332 of the year of streaming and learning to code. Today we had the Selectomy and Merched RS. Thank you for hanging out, stopping by. The views and support are greatly appreciated. We are stopping the stream. Are you sure you want to stop the stream? Hell yeah. Kill it.